61.8% at that time was around the open of the 0 GMT, and now it is at the 61.8% at that value that we calculated was the 61% at 0 GMT. So now what we're going to do is we have this, and then a new value is going to be broken. Okay, so we say here, okay, it's time to go in the 61. It's time to go in the other direction. Okay, so we turn this around, and we see that we have the high here. This is 100% case of retracement. If you retrace 100%, it's there, and we'll continue lower until until it reaches this point. It's not going lower, so now we have a new 61.8% retracement. So the 61.8% retracement here is where, okay, it happens to be at the, I don't know if this is correlated, if this is related, but it is at the, it's almost at the pivot line for that day, which is the average. Okay, the average for that day, the pivot, which is the average of the high, low, and close. Okay, divided by 3. It also happens to be where a new acceleration was indicated. Well, actually, was the acceleration was indicated with my acceleration indicator. You see, here was the change of direction. Started here with this acceleration, and then the new acceleration changed here. So that was at the 61.8%. So that's you see that it is valuable, and that's at the raw 61.8%. That's not using the inversions like the 1.618 or the 38.2. So when we're watching it here, you see even the price is obeying, as we're talking, the 23.6%. Okay, and why is it obeying the 23.6? Because the 38.2 and the 61.8 are important, and the 23.6 is part of that. So I don't really look for the 23.6. I look for if it has not broken it, it's still in it. It's very strong in the direction. But if it breaks 38.2, you really want to watch out. And if it's breaking 61.8, you probably haven't made. If you wait that long, you probably haven't made a lot anyway. But it's time to change the direction. But it is good to stop you from losing money, losing cash at all. I mean, you may not make a lot of cash, but at least you protect yourself from losing. Not losing. Okay, so anyway, I'll also teach you about risk management and accuracy. Okay, so how to calculate accuracy after you have calculated the accuracy of your indicator. How to integrate it with risk management, or how to see that with risk management the probability of profiting is you're inside, how you're always in that. Always use a stop that is 3 times or 2 times smaller than your take profit. Okay. That's half the size of your target profit, and always use an indicator that is at least 60% profitable. These are the minimums, but if those were the minimums, just to ask you, honestly, okay, leading indicators, if leading indicators are better than lagging indicators, lagging indicators are averages, and leading indicators are acceleration. And acceleration indicators, such as this one, are more profitable than lagging. Okay, it's more profitable. They're more profitable. They're at least 50% more profitable. So are they 60% more profitable? Are they 70% more profitable? The honest truth, in my opinion, is there are two ways to calculate, okay, the indicators. One, how accurate is it? How accurate was the entry to where the entry should have been? Okay, here clearly the accuracy, okay, the indicator should have been here. But then on the other side is how much or how many times did it lose money compared to the last entry? Okay, with the last entry. So what's the space of probably last entry? And I think this is kind of like calculating the loss of the actual extreme compared to where the indicator entered. So on this cycle, okay, on this swing, the indicator did calculate. Sometimes the indicator calculates on or around the extreme, and sometimes it does not. See here, it did not calculate at the extreme. It didn't. But here it did calculate close to the extreme. So how many times is that happening? Okay, that's one way you calculate the indicator. We'll take another example. Here's the low, here's the extreme, but here is the entry. So given the entire area, given the complete area, how much did it miss? Given the complete area from the high to the from one extreme to the other extreme, how much area did it miss? This was, I would say, this is more than half. Maybe this is maybe it missed 60% of the area at that time. But on this one, how much did it miss? So how much of the extreme is it missing? Okay. And how many times does it actually lose money? Okay. Does it miss it at the extreme completely and just lose money? So how many times did it actually miss the extreme? I would say maybe it's like 5% or 10%. Okay, you gotta put out 10%. How much time does it actually miss the area completely and lose cash? Okay, if I put at 10%, and then how much of the area does it actually contain after if it does not miss the area? And I would put that at probably maybe 50%, because I can't really see it right now, but I put it at 50%. How much does it catch? It's about half. So how much of the market are you actually making? Well, let's say I put it at, how much would that be? Would that be like 40%? If I put it at 40% and I had a risk management of 1 to 3, then when you made money, you should make 80% more. You should make 80% more than you lose. That's the point of calculating risk management with the accuracy of the indicator, is you should make 80% more than you lose. So because you're calculating 1 to 2, your stop is half the size of your target. So if that's true, then your profit is 80% larger than your losses all the time. That's what should be happening. Now, of course, if that's happening, then I think it's easy to see that the progression, the linear, time progression, linear progression would be profit, would be upward profit.